Liverpool fans, buckle up. Large red circle big moves are brewing at Anfield. Kerkez talks transfers, a shock Diaz replacement emerges, and swap deals heat up. Let's dive in. Milos Kerkez admits he speaks with Liverpool start every other day as Reds await transfer. The defender could be Liverpool's next summer signing following the arrival of Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen. He has even admitted he would like to play for an elite side one day. Milos Kerkez has admitted he speaks to Liverpool midfielder Dominik Szoboszlai every other day as speculation on his future continues. The Reds have been linked with the Bournemouth defender for several months, and recent reports state that Liverpool is preparing an opening offer for Kerkez. The 21-year-old has openly admitted his future could lie away from the Vitality and claimed in an end-of-season Instagram post that he doesn't know what will happen this summer. Kerkez has been among the league's standout left-backs in the 2024-25 season and was voted into the Premier League Fan Team of the Year. Reports of a move to Liverpool were prevalent during the campaign, and clearly haven't gone unnoticed by the former AZ Alkmaar man. Of course, something always leaks into the news, Kerkez told MLSZ TV in a recent interview. I don't know how. At the same time, I think it's normal that if you play well and the team does well, then you get into the news and end up on the front page, and everyone talks about you. I see this as fuel that drives me forward. All this doesn't break me, but it doesn't boost my ego either, but it teaches me humility and motivates me. Kerkez is known to have a close relationship with his international teammate Szoboszlai, which could be an important factor in his decision-making this summer. We met when I first joined the national team and we spoke German because I didn't dare to speak Hungarian yet. He switched to German and accepted me, Kerkez explained. From then on, we spoke every day and got to know each other better. We are still very close, we write to each other or call each other every other day, we talk about many things. It feels good to have a friend who always answers the phone. When you call him, he answers and doesn't put his mobile on silent. The Bournemouth star played every single match for the Cherries this season and was brought to the club by Liverpool's now sporting director Richard Hughes. Speaking in an interview with The Athletic in March, Kerkez admitted he has dreams of playing for an elite club. As a kid, you dream to play at the highest level, win the trophies, be on the best teams, he explained. These are the things that my agent is on. My dad is on, he added. It is not something that they occupy me. Liverpool wonderkid is a surprise candidate to replace Luis Diaz. As Liverpool embark on a time of change and a new era, very few players are guaranteed to stay at the club. Even someone like Luis Diaz faces an uncertain future. The Colombian was probably one of the Reds' best players in Onslaugh's march to the Premier League title. But he's now 28 years old with 2 years left on his current deal. As Anfield Watch exclusively revealed, he is a player who could leave the club this summer. Liverpool will consider offers for Diaz if the right one comes in. With interest from Europe and Saudi Arabia, there's every chance that this does become an eventuality for Liverpool. Diaz is a prized asset. He's probably one of the best left-wingers in the world right now, based on his numbers anyway. So the question then has to be posed. If Diaz does leave, just who will replace him? Well, Cody Gakpo is already a ready-made replacement. The Dutchman has become Liverpool's first choice. Meanwhile, Florian Wirtz could also play in the position, so the Reds don't necessarily a replacement. However, at the end of the day, Liverpool will want to bring in someone who can at least provide cover. Maybe not the same quality as Diaz, but someone who has the same potential. And for that purpose, Liverpool don't have to tap into the market. They can just promote one of the biggest talents in the academy right now. We are of course talking about Rio Ngumoha. If Diaz leaves, he must absolutely be a surprise candidate to replace him. Ngumoha is a generational talent. There's a reason why Liverpool went all out to sign him, and there's a reason why, despite barely being 16 years old, he's been regularly training with the club's first team all season, and catching the eye in training too. Ngumoha averages 13 dribblers per 90 minutes for Liverpool's academy sides this season. His 1vs1 ability puts him up there alongside some of the best prospects in the world. He showed against Accrington he can make an impact even against senior players. He's proving that in training sessions week out as well. The one thing that has been missing a little bit is his end product. But Ngumoha is improving that as well. He scored a brace in the U21's final game of the Premier League 2 season against Aston Villa. Recently, he provided an assist for England's U17 side in a crucial game against Italy at the U17 Euros, and he scored twice and registered an assist against Northern Ireland in the final qualifying game in the lead-up to the tournament. Chelsea thought Ngumoha was good enough to play with the first team at 15 years old. That's when he was first invited to participate in first-team training sessions. He'll be 17 years old by the start of the 2025-26 season, and it already feels like he's ready to make the step up. Sometimes you have to throw players in at the deep end, especially players as exciting as Ngumoha. If Diaz leaves, it will be a huge opportunity for the young man. Liverpool icon sends clear warning to Man United, there'll be more Alejandro Garnachos. Alejandro Garnacho looks likely to leave Manchester United after falling out with Ruben Amorim, having expressed his frustration with his manager, and Graham Souness believes it points to a culture problem at the club. Liverpool legend Graham Souness has warned Manchester United there'll be more Alejandro Garnachos if they don't change their culture at the club. Garnacho appears to have fallen out with manager Ruben Amorim after being benched for the Europa League final defeat against Tottenham, and left out altogether for the final day clash against Aston Villa. Garnacho is the latest player to have clashed with Amorim after Marcus Rashford, with both players struggling to deliver on their promise after being dropped by Amorim at various points this season. Rashford is almost certain to depart if United can identify a club who will pay their £40 million asking price, while Garnacho is also expected to leave after Amorim reportedly told him he must pray he could find a new team. After their Europa League loss to Spurs, Garnacho admitted his frustration over not being picked and said the team's season was less *****. Souness, who played 354 times for the Reds before managing them for 3 years in the 1990s, feels both players are examples of a poor culture in the dressing room and said there was too much money and respect influencing young players. The fact Alejandro Garnacho has been told he can leave Manchester United underlines why I have persistently said he is a classic example of a young player who has had too much too soon, he told the Daily Mail. That's too much admiration, too much money, too much respect from within the football club and too much from outside, from the public. It puts players like him in a headspace that is detrimental to their growth as a human being and as a football player. It's compounded by the fact he is at Manchester United, where a player's profile, even before he has even appeared regularly for the club, is bigger and wider than with any other club in the country. Marcus Rashford has one season of scoring 30 goals, and what does the club do? Give him over £300,000 a week. Look at how that has worked out. Souness claimed there weren't enough experienced leaders in the dressing room to help Garnacho stay grounded and cited Cristiano Ronaldo as a player who the youngster could have benefited learning more from. He insisted when he was a player, he felt insignificant despite being club captain, because manager Ronnie Moran kept them on their toes. You often hear United managers talk about the culture being wrong. Who does Garnacho have to look up to in that dressing room that is setting an example? Someone he would want to become. They had the best example in the world and let him go, Cristiano Ronaldo. He would have been worth keeping for the example he set. Liverpool transfer news as Bayer Leverkusen in talks over swap deal and possible Jayden Danns exit. Liverpool's hopes of landing Florian Wirtz took a blow on Sunday as a second bid was reportedly turned down by the German side, who has suggested an alternative option. There has been a fresh twist in Liverpool's pursuit of Florian Wirtz, with Bayer Leverkusen reportedly holding firm on its asking price for the player, or keen on landing 2 Reds as part of the deal. Liverpool lodged a second, improved bid on Friday for the German international, which reportedly was for a fee of up to €130 million, $148m, £110m. Reports had indicated that was slightly short of Leverkusen's valuation, but the German side would consider accepting given it was not selling to a direct rival. However, claims emerged on Sunday that Leverkusen is keen on landing Harvey Elliott or Jarell Quansah as part of the deal. Transfer journalist Florian Plettenberg stated that the 2024 Bundesliga champions would be interested in including either as part of the package, with no decision made and talks ongoing. It comes as German outlet Kicker reports that Liverpool's second bid has been turned down. It claims that the approach was for a fixed fee of €118 million, $134m, £99m, and a possible add-on of €12 million, $14m, £10m a million, but Leverkusen wants a price in excess of €150 million, $170m, £126m. With a gap still present in the offer and asking price, Kicker adds Liverpool could return with a third offer, or include a current player as part of the deal. The report states Elliott fits Leverkusen's profile and is a consideration, and adds he could leave Liverpool as Woods' arrival would further reduce his playing time next season. Meanwhile, the Northern Echo reports that Sunderland will hold talks with the Reds over a possible summer return to the Stadium of Light for Jayden Danns. The Liverpool forward joined Sunderland on loan in January but didn't play a single minute for the club due to a back injury that was detected during his medical. Danns has spent the last few months recuperating at Liverpool's Kirkby training base, and it's not clear how his recovery has progressed. But he clearly made an impression on Sunderland boss Regis Lebris, who held one-to-one chats with Danns, according to the Northern Echo. The outlet reports Danns will play some part in Liverpool's pre-season tour, with Onslaught keen to see the 19-year-old in action. There is a good chance Danns could be deemed surplus to requirements, in which case another loan may be arranged. Recently promoted Sunderland would be interested in the opportunity should it arise, and the Liverpool forward is viewed as a valuable addition to the side. That's your quick Liverpool transfer update. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Reds news.